You know without you I'm so lonely. When you're not here, 911 calling. Into your heat again, I'm diving. Darling you, baby.
Hi, we're three K-pop darlings, just chatting K-pop. I'm Mama J,
Missy,
and Baby K,
and I'm Missy too.
This is our special guest today.
We're so excited to have Missy 2 here with us today.
Hi, this is Baby K from the future, and this is part 2 of EXO. So, let's get on with it.
Anyways,
All right,
Let's
so
talk
I'm
about
going to go over about the members. We're going to start with Suho. He is the leader of the group. His superpower is water, and he's a 91 liner. His real name is Kim Jung-myun, and Suho was given to him by Lee Soo-man, and it means guardian. So, guardian of EXO.
Okay, that's cool.
That's awesome. Except for that, I don't know who that person is.
Lee Soo-man is SM.
he is
He is the one who started it.
Oh.
so like JYP.
So J.Y. Park,
Yeah.
JYP,
Yeah.
Psy.
Lee Soo-man,
Psy.
SM.
Yeah. Lee Soo-man
Mm-hmm.
is SM.
Alright.
Or he was.
Was.
That's a whole other
It's-
story.
it's-
I'm not even going to touch that.
We're not getting into the
The
mafia
tenfold pole.
stuff.
That'll be a whole thing when we talk about company.
Yeah, okay.
So,
So,
Give it up.
Suho's the leader. He is also a lead vocal and a soloist. But he also does musical performances in Korea.
Like musical theater performances?
Mm-hmm.
kind of like DK
Like
did.
DK. Like DK.
Excalibur.
And then he's also an actor. And he's done a few K-dramas. I cannot name them off the top of my head because there are many K-dramas that EXO has done. And I cannot remember them all. Like,
They do their own.
They did do their
We watched an episode of that.
Oh, is this the one where the girl likes
Yeah! Oh my gosh! We watched that one where the girl's like watching through the window and they decide to like mess with her.
Yes!
Oh my god!
So, EXO Next Door, for those who don't know, I made them watch this clip because I knew we would be talking about EXO,
Yeah.
and it is hilarious. Bacon.
뭐야 뭔데 앉아 저 입긴 뭐야 우리 스토커였어?
쟤 저렇게 안 봤는데. 야, 한번 제껴봐.
콜
콜? 디오.
콜? 어?
재미가 없어.
뭐야? 설마 내가 원한 건 이런 자극적인 장면이 아니었는데?
야, 그만해 이제. 그만해. 야, 왜? 야, 빨리.
See?
So funny.
But like from her angle, it just looks like they are.
And then the
Having
fake
intermix.
blush they put on her cheek.
Oh
my
yeah!
God.
Oh my gosh, it's hilarious!
That
like,
fake
I'm like,
blush
wow.
is so fake.
Yes.
I love it.
So
And
there are.
And the other member's like,
I know. I love how like
He's like closing and he's
Dia
like,
is shutting the curtains, and he's just like, hey.
Yeah, I love that one.
that was so
Anyways,
cute. Anyway,
EXO Next Door.
Yeah.
It's chaotic.
And then a lot of people will sit there and say, in like SM, the oldest member is usually the one who becomes the leader. But he is not the oldest. He is the second oldest. But he trained the longest. He was the very first
Okay,
one to
so
join
that-
SM.
that makes sense.
And then he actually is trying his best to learn really good English. He is probably either the first or second member who speaks English the best.
Alright.
And his reasoning is he says it because he wants to be able to talk to XOLs.
That's a great
Thanks,
attitude.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
we appreciate that. Those of us who listen to it all day here in Korean and think that eventually it'll sink in, and it doesn't.
It doesn't.
The only
I've been,
At least
I've been.
yeah.
So we're gonna go on to the next member. This is Xiumin. He is his superpower is frost. He is a 90 liner, so 1990. His real name is Kim Min Suk. He is the oldest member, but also the fake maknae.
Alrighty,
Okay.
so it's
He's the oldest, but he kind of acts really cute around the members.
He's like Bang Chan.
Okay.
He has a baby face as well, so like people think he's really, really young.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But he is the oldest member of the group.
That's funny.
He's so
I love that.
He has a nickname, and again, please don't butcher me on pronunciation because this is Chinese. It's Baoji or Baozai, I don't know. But it translates to little bun because he has really chubby cheeks.
Oh,
This is adorable.
And
so you want to pinch him?
Yeah, and he has the biggest boba eyes.
Yes.
He's so cute.
And one of the former members gave him that nickname because of his really chubby cheeks.
That's cute.
He is a sub rapper and a sub vocalist.
Alrighty.
And he is the tidiest member.
So it's like me.
Like he wants everything to be clean because he gets stressed out if it's messy.
Oh,
He's like Sunghwa
Yeah.
from ATs.
Yeah.
Must be clean, must be.
And he also is done musicals and is an actor as well.
Oh, dear people.
All right, now we're gonna get to my favorite member, Lei. His superpower is healing.
Oh, that's wow.
He is a 91 liner, and I found out he was born 2 weeks before I was.
Nice.
His real name is Zhang Yixing. He is the one remaining member of the Chinese member of the group. His nickname is the Healing Unicorn because each member with their superpower has a symbol that goes with it, and so this is his symbol, which is the unicorn.
Oh, awesome.
So that's why he's called the Healing Unicorn. He is one of the main dancers. He is a sub rapper and sub vocal. They almost made him the leader of XOM because he was one of the ones who trained the longest with SM. But Chris was picked instead. And he is also a soloist. He's a producer. And he is also the CEO of his own company.
What does the company do?
Yes.
So,
He is basically
like a production company for music?
He's just basically establishing his own training company,
Oh.
similar to like Korean companies to train trainees to become idols in China.
Oh, that's
Wow.
awesome.
That's
And
pretty cool.
I think
So in 2022, he actually left SM,
Oh,
but he did not leave EXO.
yes.
that's good.
A lot of people, since the other 3 Chinese members left, sit there and say, oh, he's gonna leave, he's never gonna come back. But he was labeled as an ambassador for, I think, like children in China, the youth in China. And because of that label, there's a lot of like political stuff behind it. And so it's made it harder for him to promote in Korea because of that. But he actually did a cameo first in Tempo, and then in this one they shot, because it was during COVID and everything, they shot his part while he was in China and then CGI'd him into the video.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's
With the
So-
other members
so
who are
he's-
also CGI'd in part of the video. It's very confusing, but it works.
Yeah. So yeah, he's still part of it. He always brings up that he's the Lei of EXO. He talks about his members.
And the members talk about him.
So I have a question. You said he's a producer. So do they write and produce their own music?
So they are unlike like BTS and other groups that like are heavily involved in writing their own music. There's only really a few members that help participate in producing some of the music, and I think that has to do with like SM as a label themselves. There
They
really isn't.
outsource a lot.
Yeah, they outsource a lot of their musical production.
That was beautiful.
And the last thing I'd say about Lei is he's actually really good at Chinese, obviously, and Korean and English.
oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that's great.
And I think that's why, like, when I brought up Suho, he's either like the first or second, because I feel like Lei is either the first or second, because I feel like Lei has had, not only with his own business, but he's done a lot of ambassadorships with big companies. And so when it comes to that, usually you have to have the language of the company to understand.
Yeah, be able to
stuff.
communicate.
So let's move on to the next one. We're going to move on to Baekhyun.
Bacon!
Yep, whose nickname is Bacon because it sounds so similar.
Okay.
He is one of the few members whose real name and stage name is the same. His superpower is light, and he's a 92 liner. He is a soloist. He is the main vocal of the group. He is the B of CBX.
Okay.
He launched a fashion line collaborative called Privé by BBH. He is also an actor, and he is
K-drama.
K-drama. No.
Yes,
Mhm.
K-drama.
Yeah. And he is one of the members of the Beagle Line. And once I get through the members of the Beagle Line, I'll explain what the Beagle Line is.
Sounds like a dog thing.
It is a dog thing.
And then one of my favorite weird things about Baekhyun is he has a strange way of getting to become closer to his members, which is to bathe with them.
Okay.
And yes, Baby K, I
TMI!
purposely turned to look at you for that because I was waiting. Yeah, and it's not just the members of EXO.
He does it with Super M too.
Yes, he's the leader of Super M. And he was like, okay, team bonding moment. We're all going to go shower together.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's like, I don't want to. I don't want to. And he's like, no, this is how we get to know each other. And we will have no boundaries and it will be great. And,
Oh my gosh, I'm terrified.
yep.
That's
I love
I
that.
love that's amazing.
Yep, bacon is special, which is
Fall off your chair.
Almost. I'm okay.
All right, so the next member is Chen. His real name is Kim Jong-dae. Superpower is thunder or lightning, electricity.
Okay.
He's also a 92 liner. He has an English name, Mateo,
Mateo.
which I knew and then forgot, and then when I looked it up, I was like, oh
Is
yeah.
that really English? Because if I think Mateo, I think South American.
who knows? It's his English-ish.
Well, technically, yeah.
Okay, but like with Lino of Stray Kids, his name is Rhino.
Yeah, it's true.
We just kind of go with it.
Yeah.
That's okay.
So he's one of the other main vocals of the group. He is also a soloist. He is the C of CBX.
Okay.
He has also recorded several OSTs. And then he has like the most beautiful, stable high notes. Like Baekhyun has a bigger range than him and can hit those really high notes. But when Chen goes high, it's just stable and it's amazing. I love Chen's voice. But he also was introduced into a scandal when he got married and had a baby with his non-celebrity girlfriend. And he actually has 2 kids now. Because while he was in the military, they had a second one.
Good for him.
And
Oh, I'm so excited about that.
my
Like,
God.
they're still married and everything, right? They're still
yes.
Yes! When?
And see,
That's how it should
that's
be.
the happiness we want for
We want-
our idols.
And that's the happiness that they want for us.
Mm-hmm.
So we should let them be happy and date.
Yes.
If we're in a healthy relationship with our idols, it should be reciprocal.
Yeah.
And if we want that, if they want us to be happy, we should want them to be happy, and vice versa. And it should be this thing that we do together.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway,
All right. So now we're gonna go to our third Beagle Line member, Chanyeol. His
So
superpower
interested.
is fire. He is the other 92 liner. So these
there's-
3 are the 92 liner. And the reason why they're called the Beagle Line is because they can't sit down. They're super loud. And Suho usually has to like wrangle them like puppies. Like,
Awesome. Okay.
and
Like-
they eat a lot because the beagle
Yes.
we had would snarf everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
That's amazing.
they eat a
Unending.
lot, and they're also
And they're
just
loud.
super hyperactive.
like Chanyeol has this like very over dramatized laugh. Like if he laughs, he'll like get up and start like clapping and just laugh really loud.
He's one of those that laughs and then
Worse
falls
than
over.
ooh.
Yeah, like Uyang, like
Uyoung's laugh is
very
high,
and
but Chanyeol laughs with his whole body.
and he like falls over.
Like, yeah, like he laughs to the ground. Like he's
It's kind of like Hyunjin where he claps when he laughs.
Yeah.
Alright. So he is one of the members whose stage name and real name are the same. So Chanyeol is his name, Park Chanyeol, and he also has a nickname / it's his producer name, which is Loey, which
Oh,
is
that's cute.
it's the Yor part of his name backwards.
Oh.
So if I ever call him Chan Loey, that's why. He is the main rapper of the group. He is a sub-vocal, and they list him as the visual. Granted, I don't think there's a visual hole in EXO.
Or in any K-pop group, really.
Yeah, basically they're all basically visual.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter.
He is the tallest member at 186 centimeters, which makes him about 6'1".
Okay.
He is the one who designed EXO's hexagon logo.
Ooh, that's cool.
So the thing that is on the Arigon here.
Yeah.
So it's E X O.
O.
So it's a hexagon, but it spells EXO.
And then in a lot of music videos, you'll see them use their hands to spell EXO, and it's EXO.
Cool.
Again, he's the last member of the Beagle line. He's one half of the EXO CS unit. He plays tons.
She's trying to do it in the background.
E X O.
Okay.
So we'll move on to Dio. Dio, his superpower is Force. He is a 93 liner and is the only 93 liner. His real name is Do Kyung-soo. So his last name is Dio. Hence, Dio is his stage name.
That makes sense.
He is the main vocal of the group.
There seems to be a lot of these.
Yes, there's a lot of main vocals, and that's why they're the vocal kings. They just so much talent. He's kind of the mother of the group. He loves cooking and taking care of the members. And it's funny because he kind of seems more like an introvert. Like he's not super comfortable with strangers, but he's actually an extrovert, which I think is kind of funny.
It's kind of like Hoshi, where he's an introvert, but he's like
You wouldn't think that about
he's like
him.
a loud introvert,
Yes.
and you
A very loud
meet
introvert.
him. He like
So Dio's a very quiet extrovert.
Yeah.
He's also the one in the EXO next door that was like waving at the girl
okay.
next door.
Yeah.
Because he's beautiful. He loved him.
So he's also a soloist and an actor. And I think out of all the members who are actors, he's probably the most successful. He's received several awards from doing his acting. One of the things that I love about them is Chanyeol told him that he can't call him Young. So, because Chanyeol wanted to be closer to him.
Oh, okay.
And then the next we're going to move over to Kai.
My baby.
His superpower is teleportation.
Also why I don't know if he picked me as being biased towards him, and it works because teleportation is my dream superpower.
He's a 94 liner. And like we said before, he is serving in the military right now, so we probably won't be seeing him for a while. His real name is Kim Jong-in.
Which is good.
And Kai's stage name was actually supposed to go to Lei.
Oh.
But I think Lei said he would rather have something else, and so it was given to Kai.
Nice. It fits him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So the nickname the fandom has given him is Nini Bear, or just Nini. And
There's this picture of him wearing like all this stuff on stage where he becomes a bear. I love it.
yes. And then he's also kind of given the title as the idol's idol. Like everybody loves Kai, looks up to Kai. Like I know San does.
San and Sungwa.
Well, I
Most of
think that
Stray
was
Kids.
really apparent when he did
The Rover
the
Challenge.
Rover Challenge.
Yeah.
Because he said, I'll do it with anybody. And then everybody in K-pop
Was like,
was like,
let's
me,
do it.
me,
Yeah,
me,
I want to go
let's
see
do
this. Yeah. And I love the fact that the Rover Challenge almost feel like it expanded people's chances to go and do dance challenges with other
Yeah.
groups.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
that's
feel like he kind of opened this little door. Right?
Yeah. So Kai, he is the main dancer. He's a sub rapper. Again, like we've said in the past, he's the face of EXO. Like he is the gateway into EXO, and then he's also a sub vocal. He has his own soloist. Obviously, we talked about Rover and the and
and
Peaches. So he's the second member in EXO who's part of Super M, the SM super group. And then also when Kai suddenly really had to go into the military, I think it was because there's some policy changes. His father had passed away, and so Suho did all those things that traditionally a father would do. So like Suho helped buzz his hair. Suho was the one who took him to his military. That is kind of a special moment for EXO Loves, is that Suho like really does love his members and he wants to take care of them. And so this was a special moment for Kai. And then now we're gonna move on to our maknae, Sehun. He has the superpower of wind. He is also a 94 liner, so again, he'll have to go to the military at the end of the year.
Exactly.
His real name and stage name are the same, though Lee Suman wanted to give him a stage name that was like Seoul or Seoul, like the city.
Okay.
And Sehun didn't like that. So
I don't blame him.
he went with his own name.
Really?
So they label him as a lead dancer, but I feel like when it comes to the group as a whole, Sehun, Lei, and Kai are the main dancers. Like, there's this really cool stage that they all did together, and it starts out with Kai, then it goes over to Lei, and then goes over to Sehun, and then it breaks it down, and then all three of them are dancing together. I love when they're all dancing together. Those three are amazing. And he's also a lead rapper, and he also has a sub vocal and the maknae. And I love IN, but I really believe that Sehun is the maknae on top when it comes to EXO.
Facts.
Like, they get annoyed at him, but they also like want to baby him the most. He is also the second half of the subunit EXO CS.
Too many initials, guys.
He's also an actor, so he's done a few K-dramas. So there's the 9 members of EXO.
Okay.
And now I briefly kind of just want to mention the other ones so that when you go to do your homework, you'll understand a little bit who the other 3 were.
Okay.
So first I'll just go over Chris. His superpower was flight. He was a 90 liner. Like I said before, he is the leader of XOM. So next we'll move on to Luhan. He was the second oldest member of the group. Him and Schumann were really close together. His superpower was telekinesis. He was a main vocal and a lead dancer. And then the last member is Tao. His superpower was time control. He was a lead rapper, lead dancer, and sub-vocal. They also called him Panda because he kind of had like dark-ish circles under his eyes.
Okay.
And so it gave him a panda look, but then he was also from China.
Makes sense.
Cute.
All right, so that's kind of the rundown of all 12 members. Again, EXO is 9. We love 2. Don't like the last one. All right, so this has been my explanation of EXO. There's definitely a lot more content than this quick little rundown can give you guys. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I hope that you guys look into EXO as multi-stands. I feel like people get so wrapped up in like the newer groups because the K-pop industry is always churning out more groups.
They are prolific.
That you don't get the chance to look at the older ones, and I think EXO is definitely one of those ones you want to pay attention to.
I agree.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. Well, we want to thank Miss C2 for coming and talking to us, and we'll see a little bit more of her in another episode, so just stay tuned for that.
Yep.
And if you haven't done so already, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. But that's a wrap. Bye from Mama J.
Oh, Miss C.
Bye from Baby K.
And bye from a C2.
Peace out.
I'm amazed at how Chan even has time to produce anything because they're so
I'm
busy all the
Same
time.
with
Yeah.
Uzi.
I wonder how he goes to the bathroom. The boy's so busy.
I'm just sitting here like, is there like a little squatty potty in the corner of the room? I know there isn't. That would be horrible, but it's like sometimes
Maybe he's hot and he just stops the concert and goes potty.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta pee. Be back.
Han, you're amazing.
I love it. I'm a normal Exo.
Gosh, can you imagine if that had not happened? Maybe they'd still be together. What if they had really cute babies?
They would have had adorable
They're
babies.
vocal babies. Anyway.
Talking about trying to spread those genes around like
I know. We talk about this a lot. Genetics, people. We need them.
Be nice
Alright.
and happy for the people.
Just follow.
And then I probably would have just picked up all the merch and walked away and been like, if you don't want it, I'll take it.
Legit.
And I love that Peaches is your bias's song and you can't have Peaches.
I am allergic to peaches.
This is
Yes.
true.
And so, in turn, Kai causes me to die in a few different ways.
I love it.